if I were him, I would have done exactly that. I would have. I mean, how much money do you need?
But it's not even about him.
He got 30. I would have taken 20 and give me a 5-year, $20 million a year deal and give me good wide receivers, and I'll be your quarterback for the next 5 years, thick or thin. We'll get into the playoffs every year. Maybe we'll get into the second round. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a Super Bowl here. But, you can be competitive with him as your quarterback.
Clearly all the players like him. I mean, they were down and out at the beginning of last season. They ended up making the playoffs. And on top of which, they're pivoting off Tom Brady. A lot of the players there, their core star players like Mike Evans and all the others, played with Tom Brady, so that winning culture was already established. Yeah, I'm sure Baker wanted to stay, but at the same time, I think it's reciprocal. Like the organization went, yeah, let's just pay Baker. Like, well, what are we going to do? Get Kirk Cousins, draft another quarterback, or nothing? I mean, they're fine with Baker.
You can be competitive with them, and you might win something. You could go to. You're not going to.
They upset Philly in the first round. I mean, do you want to talk about excitement?
Yeah, you could.
With Baker Mayfield.
With a team around him, and that's what I'm saying. With a team around him, he could go deep. And,
on top of the core players that won the Super Bowl with Brady, that established culture,
look,
they like
anybody that can follow Tom Brady and not
crunch,
crap, whatever you want to say,
fall under pressure or whatever.
Anybody that can follow Tom Brady and keep it together and have players actually like him. And say, like, some of them out there saying they like him more than Brady. You know what I mean? So that's a really hard thing to do. And I heard New England even wanted to talk to Baker. I don't know if they ever I think he signed before the end of the thing, but New England was going to talk to Baker. And it's kind of like, oh, wow, they found somebody that can actually come behind Tom Brady,
Yeah.
Wait, where did Mac Jones, did he get traded or did he sign somewhere?
Traded to the Jaguars for a second-round draft pick. That's a decent signing. When you got Trevor Lawrence, who maybe he's not living up to expectations, I kind of think he is, but that's sort of the reputation going around. But his style of play is starting to bang him up a little bit, so you want that reliable option behind him. They give up like a second-round pick, and that's about it.
Yeah.
On top of which, if you look at Mac Jones, his first year, they went – it was the first year without Brady, I'm pretty sure, and they went 10-7. I think he was like the backup alternate.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. He just got
So first year, they went 10-7, made the playoffs first year without Brady. He was an all-star his first season. I just don't think – the reports on him where he doesn't totally respond to like a lot of pressure and a lot of criticism from his coaches, even though it's kind of weird because he came from Alabama and Nick Saban probably yelling at him every day. So I just think Belichick gave up on him like way too quickly that second year. On top of which, I think they got rid of their offensive coordinator, so we had to deal with a new guy. But he clearly has the skills because he was an all-star his first year. They made the playoffs.
He looked really weak there by the end, but I don't think Belichick. I think Belichick was pretty behind him. I mean, he did bench him a couple of times, but for the most part, he kept him in there amidst a lot of criticism. But he was just falling apart. I mean, he was just making stupid throws, and his arm looked really soft. Like
his first season, they made the playoffs, and he was an all-star.
Yeah.
And from one season to the next, they got rid of that offensive coordinator, and it just didn't seem like he had it together ever since. And then he started getting benched, and he probably didn't respond well to that, and that's just what I'm talking about. But if you're the Jaguars and you're trying to get a good backup, it's a guy who's a former all-star and needs to revitalize his career. You only got to deal with him for a year. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, but I think once that happens to a lot of quarterbacks where they just get eaten up and spit out in their second year. But I think he did the best thing he could, like because he's pretty much – he looked washed by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like he was finished. Best thing you can do in that circumstance, like if I was going to rebuild my career, would be like go play for Doug Peterson. Nice guy, quarterback coach, successful with quarterbacks, but at the same time he's also like a player's coach and a nice guy. So just go play for him for a couple of years. Back up Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence will get injured a couple of times during the year.
Exactly.
He'll get to play. And I don't even think I don't think it's a 1-year thing for him. I think he's going to hang around there for a couple of years and then maybe go out.
I think he's probably hoping Trevor Lawrence is out for 3 games, he overperforms, and then gets signed somewhere the year after or something like that. But I think given what he did his first year, it's the same. It's starting to become a little apparent where in every single league, every bad player, every scrub in the league given the right situation, can flourish. So that could just be the situation with him. We know he's good. We don't know if he was the right situation, and we'll see what happens with the rest of his career.